Thank you very much. Please be seated. You have no light at the airport, and I have to fly back within the next 10 minutes.
So, what did you go to do in Jos after that video? Look at that video. What did he go to do in Jos? Look at the face of a man who has completely checked out and has lost control of his country. On Palm Sunday, reports indicated that 29 innocent Nigerians were slaughtered in Anwam Rukuba, butchered in their homes. All over the world, these reports were flashed. And after a week of silence, the so-called commander-in-chief, he likes to throw around, finally lands in that expensive aircraft. But he doesn't go to the hospitals in Jos. He doesn't go to the villages. He stays at the airport tarmac in the VIP and complains that there is no light. He tells grieving mothers, you people don't even have light. I can't spend more than 10 minutes here. Poor Bola Tinubu, 10 minutes. You spend more time waiting. The Nigerians you're oppressing spend more time waiting for Danfo bus in Lagos than Tinubu spent on a massacre. While he was checking his watch, thousands in Gadaudu, Nasarawa were fleeing on foot. Nasarawa is just right by Abuja. Mothers trekking for miles with children on their back because their leader, Bola Tinubu, is a ghost. He has lost control. But don't be deceived. This wasn't a condolence visit that was portrayed on Arise and all the TVs in Nigeria. It was a panic performance for an audience of one. Donald J. Trump, President of the United States. That's who Tinubu wanted to see him there. Let us be clear. This issue did not start in Jos. It only escalated on Bloody Palm Sunday when Nigerians were killed in Plateau. And by Easter, that we just celebrated, the killings had not stopped this past Easter. Up till yesterday. This is the aftermath of your visit, Mr. Tinubu, President Tinubu. Let me give you a list. Jos, dozens killed in Anwam Rukuba, Kaduna. Attacks on Christian communities during the Easter period. Easter period that just passed. Plateau, fresh ambush attack after the president's visit. And as I indicated, Nasarawa, thousands were fleeing their homes on foot. Kidnappings continued across this country that Bola Tinubu rules or purports to rule. So what changed then? After the so-called the 10-minute visit that was flashed to Washington, D.C., so that President Donald Trump can see him and think, this man is doing something. Nothing. It got worse in Nigeria. That's what happened. Issue one, the Washington panic. So let's unpack it now. Why did he really go? I'm going to tell you why he went. Because in my strong opinion, he was afraid of Trump. The Trump hammer is descending. Just in February, U.S. Congressman Riley Moore, who is handling Nigerian Christian genocide issues, walked into the White House with Chris Smith, another congressman, and handed President Trump a scorched earth report on Nigeria. Riley Moore warned that the U.S. must take a direct role because the Nigerian government is either too incompetent or too complicit to stop the genocide of Christians. This is from Riley Moore, not from me. Tinubu knows very well that the bill HR 7457, the Nigerian Religious Freedom and Accountability Act, is moving like a snake through Capitol Hill. It looks to me like it remembers the Christian 2027 missile strikes in Sokoto. By the way, where is the Sultan? I've not seen him since then. He knows that if he loses control of the Middle Belt, the U.S. will treat him like a spectator in his own country. He didn't go to Jos to dry his tears or dry anybody's tears. He went there to save his reported $9 million lobbying contract with lobbyists in D.C. Tinubu is free to deny that he has hired lobbyists in D.C. to beg Trump He's free to deny. If he denies it, I'll carry it here on the Offiong show. Issue 2, state capture. The Babylon fiefdom. The Prince of Babylon, Bola Tinubu. Let us address you directly, Mr. President. Nigerians are upset with you. These humiliations of Nigerians is only possible because you have executed a total state capture of the country. You have turned Nigerian institutions into your own personal house, into your personal fiefdom. The DSS and security agencies are used to pursue your political opponents. They are protecting the throne. The DSS is not protecting Nigerian people. The Judas Shari, well, justice goes to that. Judas Shari. INEC is run by your hand-picked INEC chief, Amopiton. I talked about this in another podcast. The legislature, a rubber stamp senate run by your garrulous puppet, Gospel Akpabio, who just approved $6 billion that you people are going to waste in new debt with zero debate in the country, no democracy. You think because you've captured the courts, you're untouchable? And all the institutions, you think because you needed to win elections, you needed to make people happy in the caliphate, 12 states of the caliphate, Sharia North, you must tolerate the likes of Sheikh Gumi, while many Christians allege being targeted in Plateau. You are playing a dangerous game of musical chairs with Nuhu Ribado and Mohammed Adamu while the house is on fire. You did send your wife, Remi Tinubu, here to, in my opinion, deceive Americans. And now, we see what's happening. Issue 3. Taking the Offiong show to Washington, D.C. It is because of this, I am taking the Offiong show to the source, Washington, D.C. I'm traveling there. Next week, Wednesday, I am attending the International Committee on Nigeria Forum in Washington, D.C., which will be chock full of congressmen. I'm going to stand in the halls where Congressman Riley Moore's report is being discussed. This is the feedback that is going to go back to the president, I believe. This is how I look at this. If the U.S. Congress is recommending what to do about Nigeria to Trump, whether I should fire more missiles into ISIS cells in Nigeria, the voice of the Nigerian people must be heard in that room. I am going to help Nigerians by being in that room. The reported $9 million lobbyists are lying to Washington, D.C. They're telling them everything is under control. I am going there to show them the footpaths of Nasarawa. I am going there. That's why I'm going there. I'm going there to tell them that nothing is under control. That the president of Nigeria can't stay more than 10 minutes because he's afraid of the dark. Afraid of 10 minutes of darkness. Let me address President Tinubu directly. President Tinubu, that condolence visit, that phony condolence visit has become an express delivery. You arrive, you greet, you disappear. Even NEPA doesn't take light as fast as you take your exit from tragedy. I'm not making fun of it is tragedy. Nigerians don't need renewed hope. Your propaganda thing. They need renewed security. You spend more time commissioning projects for your cronies, all these governors in different states, like Umoino in Akwa Ibom State, and so on, than facing the reality of a dying nation. If you cannot lead without airport lights, then perhaps you should stay in the dark permanently. Don't come out.